Welcome, Screen Fiend fans. And don't forget, we're going to have a movie trivia coming up for the members only. So I would advise signing up for a membership because you don't want to miss that. Reasons coming. So definitely stay in tune for that. Now, let's get engaged to what we need to be talking about here. Um, Ahsoka. Here's the problem I had with the last episode. And this was supposed to, everyone's raving about the episode because they gave you a total Disney Plus food episode. Okay, here it is. The witch, she's knows that she wants to bring Thrawn back, but now they got to make a choice. Sabine is upset that Ahsoka is saying, "Hey, if we don't get Ezra, the map has to be destroyed because Thrawn coming back is for greater good. We got to get rid of Thrawn." That's the biggest picture, right? So they go into knowing because she really knows. Well, they all know what Thrawn really is, but she wants Ezra back, and that's all she knows. Now, the droid gets into a fight, the lightsaber droid. I'm surprised he don't pull a lightsaber, but he's hitting the battle droids that they sent to the ship after they find out. Then you have your lightsaber duel. And Sabine, who has 5 minutes of training, is fighting alongside as Marek and little albino angry slash used to be Jedi and used to be Sith, don't know what she is, lost girl is finna go in there and go to war. Balin is more patient, don't seem like he likes the dark side or Vader. As you see the son going on this mission with his mom, that's Kanan's son. He was trained by her, was trained by Mace Windu, and his son is got force abilities as well. Now, Sabine and oh yeah, I forgot Rebel Guy is back. He's leading the chase, the one from the Mandalorian who seemed to be a rebel. And now the witch is going to activate the actual star because she knows any little thing could go wrong and they'll be lost in time and space. So it has to be 100% accurate. Now, Marek and Albino Girl comes to fight Sabine and Ahsoka. Ahsoka kills him easy, and well, you find out it's not Star Killer. Nope, it's just a nobody that they had with the witch has just basically put her curse, back in there. She's one of the witches, and they sit there and just had a bunch of mist into a mask, and that was that. No Marek, just mist. Oh, so no Star Killer. Now, that's gone, and that wasn't Ezra. It's just mist. Now they get to the fight, right? This fight was supposed to be epic, and then it's more about Sabine fighting a somebody who's trained in the Jedi arts and has force abilities. Again, this fight is going comic book like, and it's just not going the way it should. Balin is not like the Sith you know. Balin is an entirely different Sith. He came in on a different boat. He uses strategy and mental manipulation. He's playing on Ahsoka's fear and her anxieties, and she's always blamed herself for Anakin going to the dark side. And he plays that card well to weaken her before battle. Very strategic move from a master Jedi who knows her connection to Anakin, and she had a reign pretty much like Dooku, where he wanted a bunch of dark Jedi's running around ruling things. But she's balanced, she's centered, and she's not going for the bait. So she's staying focused and balanced in her fight with Balin. And Balin, his lightsaber style, he has a very heavy lightsaber. And the way it's built, it gives him great leverage of power on every swing. And it's difficult that even blocking it hurts your wrists. It drains you as he just basically uses brute force. Now, Sabine gets bested, and instead of her doing this, she has no force ability. She's able to shoot a lightsaber and somehow break it. Then Jedi Girl just leaves with the force ability, which she got, which she just chokes Sabine out. She just, I don't know, just decides to run. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, remember, Anakin was slicing youngins, and he was probably one of the Jedi's that was there who witnessed this and escaped. And he's one of the few that know that he's Anakin Skywalker. Ahsoka grabs the star and it burns her hand. She probably has the coordinates burnt into her hand. That's probably how she ends up finding them. Don't forget to subscribe to Screen Fiend. Thank you. Now, with this fight, the strikes and everything that's going on, here's my problem. With the episode, I think it's so much focus on Sabine that you're missing out on Ahsoka's story because the whole thing is so focused on Sabine and oh, she's gonna be this. Ahsoka gets knocked out of her own series because we gotta highlight Sabine. Like, what the hell is going on here? This is called Ahsoka, not Ahsoka and Sabine. I don't care about Sabine, okay? She's a side character to me. So Balin plays on her mind because she's stupid, and she doesn't do it because she wants to see Ezra again, and she doesn't care about Thrawn more than she cares about Ezra, so she knows I gotta trust here because he read her mind. He knew she wouldn't destroy that thing. He saw the conflict in her head. I don't want to see her as a Jedi. I don't want to see her do nothing. Yoda was here. Yoda would have choked her ass out too. And then of course she's getting choked out finally after she get her head rocked. Then he tells her to release her because he's gonna keep his word, and she'll get to see Ezra again, and they're gonna bring back Thrawn. He destroys the map, so can no one follow them. And then Balin and the witch is going off to see the wizard or Thrawn. Now, everybody's sitting there. They do a super hyper jump. And this big thing here, so in case they get a starship or something, everybody's like, it's going to trap a whale. Well, if the starships come back, they got a place they can, dock the starship. And yeah, well, now that they're gone and they hit their star map and they're going through the outer regions, or the unknown regions rather, to get Thrawn and try to bring him back. We're in a situation now where it's something different. And not since Darth Maul and all of these different fight scenes that we saw with lightsaber action. We remember this from the Clone Wars, well, from Rebels, when Ezra went into this other space, this place between space and time, where you can go into any storyboard where he rescued Ahsoka, and there she finds herself back again, and she meets Anakin Skywalker, how she remembers him. But is it really him? Or is it just a vision that she's seen of him there? That's the biggest question so far. So we have to wait, but we'll see how it all plays out. But I am tired of seeing these drawn out movies where they're promoting other things when the main character is Ahsoka Tano. We should be focused more on her instead of this Sabine. Sabine is a character they're trying to bring up in the process, and it's like an annoyance in a way that they're doing so, because you're going against the logic of somebody who's supposed to be important. Albino girl is just some mean, spoiled little girl who just has force abilities and is not even using them. I mean, she's getting basically going tick for tat with Sabine. Someone who has very limited Jedi training. And she has her focus. She's not off balance. She has force abilities, and she knows Sabine doesn't have any now. And she still didn't lift this girl up, didn't choke her, didn't throw her against a tree. Nothing. I guess that would make it very easy then for them to move along by them doing so. Now, where do we go from here? Where does this series go? Because this is like, the pacing is a little slow. I liked the storyline when it first started. Like the first episode, the second episode was a little pacing needed to be manipulated a little. But now it's getting to the point where we're doing too much Sabine. It's like, this is not called a Sabine. She's had the highest arc of anyone on the show so far. Can we all agree to say that? It's been all about Sabine, and I just don't understand why it is. Because it doesn't make any sense. Why are we so gravitated to Sabine when she's an ancillary character? Only with Ezra, okay, oh, yeah, they want to see those two together. But my goodness, this is called Ahsoka. And we're more focused, and more arc is giving to her. Ahsoka is like a subplot story in her own show. As soon as it basically comes on, we see Ahsoka go on her mission. We see Sabine running away from the responsibilities. She goes there to get Sabine to try to open the key. Sabine storms out of the meeting, like she storms out, takes the thing to the ship. She gets it kidnapped. She gets in a lightsaber fight. She gets stabbed. And they bring her back in the second episode, and it's all about Sabine. And she's going to get well, and she wants to help them with the ship, and she's going to get the message out. So now Ahsoka's on a mission to try to figure out what's going on. Then the whole third episode is them basically on a ship in space being chased and shot at. While they try to fix the ship, and the whole thing is her and Sabine doing some training. 15 minutes of training while they're on this mission. They're in hyperspace. They're training while they're traveling millions of miles away. Yep. So that in episode 4, as soon as she gets through training, she could just get off there and ignore everything she's learned. She has no force abilities, really, and she can't even move a cup. But, hey, she could use her Mandalorian lasers and fool the girl and shoot the lightsaber out of her hand. Yeah, that just happened. And the girl runs away. I'm never going to forget that. It's just, I hate to see them Walt Disney this thing. Disney does this all the time, shoehorning characters in there that they really want to focus on, and makes the main character, who everybody came to see, obsolete. And let's do fan service. Let's throw Anakin Skywalker in there so we can say we had a great episode. Meanwhile, it's all about Sabine. But I'm intrigued. Hopefully they'll do better next week. I'm out.